What's up, everybody? It's DJ Quarles.
I'm Bob Safaya.
Welcome back to the Get Above the Line podcast. Today, what we're going to be doing is unpacking an interview. Bob, you recently did an interview that was fire, and we're going to be unpacking that.
Cool.
So if you like what you hear in today's video, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so that you can be alerted the next time a video pops up. And if you're watching this, if you're listening to this via podcast, we appreciate you for listening. You can also go over to the YouTube page and like and subscribe to the channel. Here we go.
Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for checking out our podcast, the Badass Real Estate Podcast. You are on our inaugural launch of Badass Real Estate Podcast. And today, folks, we got a killer interview for you today. We got a guest that I've known for a while. This guy's doing some serious damage, rock star level stuff, man, in Kentucky. And he's just going to bring the heat today. So I really hope you're able to kind of pick up some nuggets that we're going to drop down on you, some truth bombs, and, you'll walk away with some incredible information. So without more hesitation, let me give a little introduction. Hey, Bob, how you doing today, brother?
I'm great. I'm ready to roll, man.
Good, man. Good. So as I said there in a little bit of the introduction, we got Bob Safaya. He is with New Home Collective, powered by EXP. Part of my podcast interview, I ask people, do you have a quote or something right now that is at top of mind that's been, a mantra or something that, sometimes people at the beginning of the year, this is my word or something like that. So I want to read this. Since I brought it up. Sure. It's not in front of your eyeballs, but it mirrors what you were just saying. Right. So the quote is pure and simple, unwavering grit, determination, commitment, and discipline. The process, not the outcome on a daily basis.
Man.
And I think that's what we're just talking about stay in the box, right?
Staying in the box. Just staying in the journey. How many people are going to get out of real estate because they got their bill for next year's dues and they had a bad last quarter, or a bad year, or they just couldn't put the dots together, right? Like how many people are going to give up today? Man, I'm telling you right now, my outlook of the future market is, this is the very first time in the history of me being in sales and in business, I'm going to be prepared. When that light switch gets turned back on and that grass turns green, it's going to be a totally different place. But right now, you can't sell somebody on why they need to make a move. There's people that still have to make a move. There's still that going on, right? There's still 300 or 466 properties that went pending last week in our market. Like there's still business happening. I'm talking about the real business, the big business. I'm just nurturing relationships and staying in the box with my people. The people that are on the fence, I'm not pushing them. I'm not giving them the 2-1 buy down. I'm not giving them all these tricks that agents think they have to get someone to do something they don't want to do. Like they want to see the bottom of the market. That's what they want to see. And as we sit in this market that we're in right now, and the days on market keep compiling, people keep putting their houses on the market, and the inventory keeps going up, people are going to start taking lower offers. They start taking lower offers. We hit the bottom, and then the market adjusts, and everybody gets back in the game. So I don't see that being a year out. I see more like 6 or 8 months. I don't follow the headlines, and I don't follow the news. So I'm telling you from my feeling, I don't know how valuable that is. I'm telling you, that's why I'm not scared.
Yeah. I agree with you. As a mortgage person, they had all these refis and had all this purchase business going. Yep. That's scary because you talk about transactions going down, like it's double trouble when you're in the mortgage business and you're dealing with refis and you're dealing with purchases, and now the purchases are down and the refis are gone. Right? No doubt. I think anybody that's been in the mortgage business. All right, man. Well, Bob, thanks for kicking off my inaugural launch of Badass Real Estate Podcast.
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure,
brother.
I appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon.
It's awesome, man.
Man, skills are valuable again.
Man.
Tell me, so as you're having this conversation, right? You've been saying this for a minute too, of that, it's going to come back around. It was all going to come back around and skills are going to be valuable again. And all the time of getting better every single day was going to show back up. Like, talk about that.
I mean, we've been through some crazy times. I mean, it's cool to have, we've done this together. We've been on this journey together.
For sure.
And, there were times, I mean, there's moments that just kind of like, what do we do? What do we do? How are we gonna affect people or help people the way we want to? How are we gonna help as many people as we can? And, there were moments over the past couple of years, I mean, I think it was one of the biggest, more people joined in real estate in the past couple of years than in recent history. I mean, a lot of people got into real estate. Things are good. Everybody gets in when it's going up, right?
Because we were here every single day getting better, practicing our craft, and we're seeing people that are just coming in and are still, what do you always say about, it's crazy, it's the only industry, one of the only industries where someone brand new
can take a class, 96-hour class, and make the
same amount of money per deal.
Right. And we really saw that over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Like, people getting in, they have no idea what they're doing. I mean, there's always going to be that percentage of people that don't know what they're doing, and the highly skilled, the less skilled. But I mean, even the skilled people forgot what they were doing, I think.
Yeah.
Like, they just
went on autopilot.
Oh, this is going to work. It's going to work, right?
Yeah.
And we found a couple ways to navigate it. In fact, last year was the first year we had more buyers. We worked with more buyers than we do with listings for the very first time in the history of the team. And that was because, remember, what we did is we kind of made a process to how we were getting our offers accepted above everybody else's. Mm-hmm. We had a whole plan of how to get in the houses first, how to throw those offers in, even before we saw them sometimes, and that's how we were getting properties under contract when other people were. So we did use our skills a little bit.
For sure.
But I'm talking about the skills of, like, listing, marketing, and working with our clients and helping them get what they want, right?
Yeah.
Like, that part of it, we didn't really have that. So I was asked.
Real quick, I saw that the other day. It was Nick McLean, and he says that we're in the personal development business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in the real estate business, but he said we're in the personal development business that has a commission check attached to it. It's about the skills. It's about your level of game.
It's about the skills. So, over the past couple of months, with these interest rates going up and then the numbers of units going down, mm-hmm. And we've had this conversation so many times, and we have it with the team every morning, is that, always trying to find the brighter side or the half full glass, right? Like, always trying to find the good thing that's happening in the market. We've been talking about it. Skills. Like, being skilled is going to be important. Well, it's finally starting to happen.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, with being skilled, so like, right? So mm-hmm. somebody's watching this and they're talking about, okay, these guys, you're up there talking about skills. You keep saying skills, getting better. You practice every day. Like, what skills should someone be practicing on? Or like, if you were, when you're talking, what area of focus would you be skilling up in?
I think the very first skill is, like, right here. Like, the very first thing, the very first focus is right here. It's like that.
Right here and up here. Right here and up here. Like, all this.
It's like that's been the biggest change, I feel like, in my personal self and my personal business, is like focusing on myself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's number one. Number one has to be yourself.
Has to be.
It has to be yourself.
Has to be. And talking about when you talk about focusing on yourself, I'm not just talking about talking about your health. Like your fitness, your mindset. Like, what are you focusing on a daily basis? Because those things are going to reflect, they're going to impact everything.
It projects around.
Yeah.
It projects around. Like I've always known that was something that I needed to focus on. But that has been a journey for me right now. Right now, that's a big piece of what I feel like needs. I feel like since I've felt the change and I've seen the change and I've seen the difference in my relationships and the people that I communicate with and the way people treat me. like the difference between driving an Escalade and a Tahoe, right? I mean, when your body is the vehicle, right? People treat you different when you drive an Escalade than they do when you drive a Tahoe. And some people don't want to be treated different, right? But in your life and in your person, people treat you different. So that's number one. Number one is personal. But then number two, it's like people, right? Like I really like that interview I was in really made me reflect on what's important like in business today, right? Like I believe focusing on being a person of value to the people you connect with.
Yeah.
Like being valuable as a person, like, because I saw that video I shared with you. I mean, I share a lot of videos with you, but the one of that lady that was talking, she said, "You're an agent.
You're a person that sells real estate. You're not a real estate agent. That's a person."
Right.
You're a person
that happens to sell real estate.
You're a person that happens to sell real estate. You're a person that happens to be a real estate agent. You're not a real estate agent. That's a person. People want people that connect to them. Like, and I mean, man, we all have that friend. I mean, network marketing is a big thing nowadays. Sales is kind of, either way, it's commission breath, right? When every time you talk to someone, if we talk to someone and every single time we're trying to sell them something or we're trying to get something from them, eventually we all have that friend that's in network marketing that when their name pops up in the phone, it's like,
right.
So that leads into the next, like we're talking about the ninth. You good there?
No, because you asked me what I would be focusing on.
Okay.
I would say my top three.
Top three.
So the first one's personal. It's health. Number one, no matter where your business is, that it reflects in your business more than you'll ever really. I mean, you'll understand when that becomes a focus, right?
Because your health seeps over into like your personal development in general. Your health seeps over into your mindset and all.
Yep. Becoming valuable to the people that you come in contact with. Becoming valuable. Becoming a person that they answer the phone when you call them. You're not calling to take something from them. You're calling to help them or to make a deposit in the relationship. You're doing something for other people. You're not asking them for something. That was a big shift in my head too. Like,
yeah.
Calls to action were my thing, man. It's like, okay, well, if I don't ask a question or if I don't ask somebody to do something for me, I'm wasting that moment, right? So now, flip that upside down. So taking and just really investing in providing value to the people I come in contact with. And then number three, pay attention to what's going on, right? Like, I think that, when it comes to where business is coming from, if you want to talk to people that are interested in selling their home, right now, in this market, today, it's pretty easy. There's people that have for sale by owner signs in their yard. They're saying they want to sell their house, and they don't know.
We call that lead levers.
Right.
Right? Knowing what your which lead levers you're going to focus on and which ones you're going to pull and which ones you're going to push on.
Because you can't sell somebody, like the 2-1 buy down thing and the interest rate buy downs, all that fancy talk is not going to change how someone feels about the market right now. It's a tool that could be used to help leverage or to help create a lower payment for them. But if somebody's out of the market,
they're out.
They're out.
It's the tool to help the person that wants to do it. The person that wants to do it, it's a resource, it's a tool to help them do it. But you're not going to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do.
No. And I believe now, like, I mean, this is, I guess I've thought about this for a while, but I believe that people are waiting to see the bottom of the market.
Yeah.
They're waiting to see it.
Yeah.
That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the prices to come down to make sure that they don't overpay. People are scared. That's the fear of overpaying.
People have been saying that like that's been the thing for years. We've been hearing that for years at this point. It's got to go down eventually. Got to go down.
It's got to go down. It's got to go. Gary Kepler's been saying it. I mean, how many missed opportunities were there? Not to say that Gary's probably one of the smartest business minds in the world, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But he's been calling out a shift for 10 years or 6 years or 7 years. And all the people that, if they didn't, there's a lot of missed opportunities in that. But right now we're in it.
Yeah.
Right now we're in it. Yeah. And I feel like that's, so those are the three things I'd be focused on. Health, my database, or the people that I know, and being valuable to them instead of asking them for something right now, just giving. And then three, the people that actually want to sell, focusing on them, not the people that don't want to sell.
So that leads right into the next thing, like, right? So we talk about the 98-2.
Yeah.
It was 97-3. Now it's more like 98-2, and maybe even a little bit lower. Like, talk about that. What's the 98? What's the 2? And
so that's a shift in thinking too, right? Like that piece, like, and that rolls into that, depositing value. Like, you can't, like, if all you do is talk about selling real estate, and you miss a whole segment, the 98% of people. So only 2%, or maybe right now today as we speak, 1% of homeowners are even considering selling or buying a house right now.
Yeah.
Only 1%. Like, in a normal market, it might be 3%, right?
Yeah.
But right now, so if your only focus is on that 1%, your marketing message is going to that 1%. You're missing 98 or 99% of the people that are out there that own homes that at some point will sell their home.
Yes. Message to market match.
Yes.
Message to market match. It's only 1% of people are looking to do something.
That's right.
1 to 2%.
There's another piece of that too. It was my very first broker when I got into real estate. She said, she's the one that opened my eyes to this. And I grew up in the restaurant business, so it's a very clear analogy for me. But it's like, if there's a snowy day or a natural disaster and the restaurant's shut, right? They shut the doors of the restaurant, they're not going to be open today. Well, if you were going to go eat at that restaurant and the restaurant's shut, when it reopens tomorrow or the next day, you don't go back and eat the dinner you were going to have that night, right?
Nope.
The money's lost, the revenue's gone.
Yep.
You never make that money back up.
Yeah, it's lost.
Right? But we know that the people that are on the fence, or not even on the fence, that have jumped out of the game right now, they jumped out of the buying and selling real estate game, and they're sitting off to the sidelines reading headlines. The good news is that they're going to come back. Whatever they're waiting for, whatever's going to make them feel right about getting back in the game, they're going to get back in the game. And that money, it doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
The revenue doesn't disappear. It just gets put on hold.
Yeah.
You can make that up. It could be 1 day, it could be a month, it could be 90 days, it could be 6 months. And that money's still, the money they're going to spend, it's still going to get in circulation. They're not, if they have goals or they have plans or they have needs, those needs will be met at some point. It's not like a meal. So I just think that that's another interesting fact and another reason why focusing on providing value to people right now is so important.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. So we think about, when you talk about where is, because like there's a lot of agents out, there's a lot of agents, and it's different times. It's different. So, right, so you're not you still sell real estate every single day, right? And you're not, and like, where do you have where is, of course, when we're talking to the agents and when you're training to the agents, you're talking, we got the things to focus on, right? Where is what's your jam right now?
For skilling up?
Yeah. Well, I could have asked that question a little bit better. It's like, okay, here, I got it. So yesterday you're on two, you were in two places, right? So one, you're on the interview, right? And the second is you're at another brokerage teaching a class, giving away one of our something that in prior it's been a secret. It's been a really, it's been a secret, and it was like a rocket ship in the business at one point, right?
Right.
So with that being said, so you're on the podcast, you're at this other brokerage. You're at this other brokerage.
Yeah, over the past 30 days, we've gotten 51 phone calls from what I taught these people to do.
Yeah, so what's got you giving that away now? Or, what do you want to, what's the message behind that?
It's the same thing. Like, I think the biggest shift in my thinking is, number one is that even though it might not have been on a piece of paper, contribution is where I've lived my whole life. I've always been in contribution. I've always worked to help other people. Like, I've always given away what I have. I think the clarity on that, like now, it's like, well, first of all, most people don't use what I give them. Like, when it comes to real estate and it comes to training and it comes to sharing, right?
Yeah.
Like, sharing how to set up a Google business page and how to optimize it with a competitor, like, it doesn't make much sense. It doesn't even sound smart, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a percentage of people that won't use it, right? And the other thing is it may be like an ego thing that we have 705 Google reviews, and I'm teaching people that have 0 how we did it, right? So maybe it's like an ego thing, because I'm like, okay, well, we have 705 now. By the time this person gets to 705, we'll be at 5,000.
Yeah.
Right? Like, maybe that's an ego thing. But then the other part of it is, like, it genuinely feels good to help other people and to share what's working for us. Like, it genuinely feels good. And I think you and I have been talking about this and working on this for a while, right? Like, how do we share it with more people? How do we share what we have with other people? But yeah, I don't know if I answered the question, did I?
Training
people.
Training, and it's also, it's like, when you say it this way, it's like kind of great. Like, people will be like, what? They're losing it. Training the competition.
Yeah. We're not recruiting anymore. I mean,
we're
always recruiting, right? But it's not the same. Like, it's not like a call to action. It's like, we continue to pour into other people.
And they'll see the real. Because what happens is everybody always shares what they have good going on. Every brokerage is going to tell you. Every team is going to tell you all the good. Well, here's the thing. Every brokerage is going to have good. Every brokerage is going to have bad. If any brokerage had everything figured out, every real estate agent would be there.
Right.
And it's like, it all comes back when the part gives back to the whole, when the whole is bigger than the part, and the part gives back to the whole, and the part gets back tenfold.
Yeah.
And it helps everyone as an industry to help us all be, but I mean, it's crazy because it takes 500 hours or so to be a licensed truck driver. It takes like 1,200 hours, something crazy to be an esthetician. But you're telling me that as a real estate agent, you're managing. The thing is if you're an esthetician, or if you mess up someone's nails, we just take them off and redo it again. If I mess up on selling your house and cost you 18-20%, there are no redos. Mm-hmm. There are no redos for someone selling a home for $50,000 less. So agents, I feel like agents it's like used car salesmen, real estate agents. It's out like a public perception of it. And it's a lot of it is because, again, it takes 1,200 hours to do some of those things, or all these hours to do those. And as a real estate agent, it takes 96 hours to become a licensed agent, and now you're qualified to handle someone's biggest financial transactions they might ever do.
Something that made me think of is, so yesterday teaching that class, well, I created an outline for the class, right? I did some research. So not only did I teach them everything I know, this is the cool part, this is the really cool part. Not only did I teach them everything I know about Google, taught them more than I know, because I learned by creating the outline and setting up the course. Like, I'm doing some research to make sure that I'm, lining up with what's the right thing to do. And as I was doing it, I learned, and I was able to improve what we were doing already. I took that to the next level just by teaching other people how to do it.
Yeah.
And that to me is really, really cool. That to me is really cool.
I mean, it also is like why we put together the university.
Man.
The university, Get Above the Line University. I mean, talk about a compilation of training materials through years of winning and losing, not only in real estate, but just in life and leadership and in one place.
Yeah.
Like, so, what do you talk about the university for a little bit?
It's really, really cool. So we've plugged into into somebody else's compilation, right? And we've been starting to take the trainings that we've been doing and putting them in there. So this thing is packed full, so full that we had to segment it, because if we gave it to people, it would be totally overwhelming. I don't know if there's anybody out there, if we sent it to, I don't care how computer savvy or how organized your brain is, and like, it's too much. That's how much.
Or how much you want to learn. Like, because like we're constantly reading books and listening to podcasts and learning and getting better at personal development, and then applying actually what we learned. Even for us, it was overwhelming when we first got because they just like threw it at like, here, take it.
So we've segmented it now. We've segmented it into listings, into buyers, into personal development, into, the code that I created today, the course group is called Growth. So all you have to do, we're going to put the link to it in the description. You'll be able to click the link to the university. When you click in and you go to sign in, you just put the word growth in there. Yeah. And it's basically a starter pack. It's got all of our scripts. It's got some good videos about working with buyers. It's got some personal development stuff. For sure. It's got some personal development stuff in there too. So check it out. It's free. It's free.
And if you get to the point where, if you get in there and you're interested in knowing more about our listing presentation or anything that we have going on, just shoot us a message. Get a hold of either one of us, shoot us a message. We'd be glad to get to, again, we're open playbook, man. So if you're looking to learn, if you want to get better at your craft, whatever it is, like whatever area of your business or your life that you're looking to get better in, we're open books. We don't have it all figured out by any means. And at the same time, the things that we do know, we're open to sharing and giving away.
Growth.
So if you made it this far, we appreciate your time. Hope that you got something valuable out of it. And if you made it this far, I'm sure you've already liked and subscribed to the channel. And at the same time, if you haven't, please go smash that like button. Turn on your notifications. Reach out to us. Yeah, let us know.
Give us some reviews. Tell us we're jerks. Do whatever. Interact.
Give us a topic to talk about. Something. Just show some love. Greatly appreciate you. Peace.